vlog of the Owlcrate quarterly books I get. One of them is sci-fi and the other horror, because those are the two that I really don't read a lot on my channel. So I thought this would be a great way to step out of my comfort zone, read something that maybe you're seeing a lot on BookTube. And so for the quarterly sci-fi, it was the Mira Grant Overgrowth. And so I didn't do a vlog for that one because I actually read that as an ARC. I was blessed with it. It's on my shelf. That should tell you something. It was 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. For the horror though, it was Buffalo Hunter Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. I've heard this author's name all over the place, and I've heard this book in particular in a lot of places. I'm sure you have as well. I am about 25% into it so far. You know, I like to do my updates around now. So around page 120. I don't know what I was expecting it to be. So far, it doesn't give me horror vibes. So far, we've got a very brief present day, like 2012. A woman who works for a museum. They come across some letters and like a journal from a Lutheran pastor from way back when. And she's reading these and gets excited because she thinks this may be a long lost ancestor of hers. And so she's reading his journal. And so then it jumps into, like if you would have in a movie, the fade to now all of a sudden what she's reading becomes what you're living. That's what we kind of did. And so now it bounces between the Lutheran pastor's journal and his actually living it in real time. So it kind of bounces. It's a little strange. And so far we've got this Lutheran pastor who seems like he really does care for his congregation and really is trying to do well by them. But he all of a sudden gets a member of his congregation that shows up and is a Native American, and he learns his name is Good Stab, and he's talking to this Native American. And Good Stab is asking him questions about his religion and beliefs. And meanwhile, Good Stab is also telling him about his history and his story. And he starts saying some pretty wild things, like he actually lives off of blood, but like blood of animals. And he has to be very careful what animals he eats, because if he drinks the blood of, say, a rabbit too much, then he'll start growing really long ears. And so, yeah, he just kind of takes on the characteristics, I guess, of the blood that he's taking in. So that feels strange to me. It feels less vampire, which I was going in thinking it was about a vampire. And it feels almost more like a Wendigo to me, or some kind of shapeshifter. So I don't know. It's really odd. And even getting past the odd part, there's no real scary vibes I'm getting from this at all. It's more macabre, I guess is what I would say. And I'm not really caring for the writing style that much. I'm hoping that changes. I'm doing this vlog, so obviously I'm going to finish it, but I'm really not really vibing with it. I'm finding it kind of dry, kind of boring, and the pacing is kind of slow. So this may not be a win for me or an author for me, but again, I'm glad I'm getting out of my comfort zone, and I'll let you guys know as I go. I am now over 60% into Buffalo Hunter Hunter, and of course I'm not going to find my page when I want to show it to you. There we go. We just had a very unexpected sexual assault against a young child, so heads up there. I'm sure it's in some trigger warning somewhere, but I hadn't heard anybody talking about it and I hadn't seen it, so that kind of took me by surprise. It's really sad. I am not vibing, you guys. I am not vibing with this at all. It's still not at all scary. It's more sad. I'm glad the history is being given, because while obviously fictional creative license, it is based on some real, facts. Stephen Graham Jones did his homework and wanted to tell this story, and I'm glad that there's real history of stuff that happened. It's heartbreaking and sad, and I'm glad that story is being told, but I would almost rather have had a nonfiction story of that being told than this, because when you're trying to weave in the paranormal and fantasy of it, it's very clunky. Like it doesn't feel like it fits, to be honest, to me. And it almost feels like it was just a device to be used. And I'm just not vibing at all. To be honest, I would have DNF'd before this point if it hadn't been for this vlog. I don't see the last 40% redeeming it. I've been surprised before, so we'll see. But I am not having a good time at all. And I would not recommend this where we're at. And I just wanted to make sure to definitely give you guys the heads up on the assault. Okay. It is hot, guys. It's really hot. We're definitely in summer. I finished Buffalo Hunter and it's a gorgeous edition. So the good news is, guys, it's up for grabs whenever you win in the next subscriber drawing. Bad news for me, I did not like it. Like, really didn't like it. I didn't vibe with the writing style. I didn't like the storyline. I think it has important information. I think if it was a nonfiction, I would have eaten it up. But I think trying to make this a paranormal fiction type book, you kind of lost me. And it just wasn't for me. It wasn't spooky. It wasn't filled with mystery. It didn't have a crazy twist or turn. It didn't have anything in it that really would have made me fall in love with this book. And so sadly, I'm going to give it a 2-star, which is not a popular opinion. I am aware. But it is what it is. And I'm going to now reward myself for having finished it by going to Half Price Books and picking up a new book. So hopefully my next read will be a wee bit better, and hopefully the next book in the horror quarterly subscription box for Owlcrate will be a winner for me as well.